ഫിലിം ഹെറിറ്റേജ് ഫൗണ്ടേഷൻ ശിവേന്ദ്ര സിംഗ് ദുംഗർപൂർ സ്ഥാപിച്ച ലാഭേച്ഛയില്ലാതെ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്ന ഒരു സ്ഥാപനമാണ്. ഇത് ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ചലച്ചിത്ര പൈതൃകം സംരക്ഷിക്കുന്നതിനും പുനർസ്ഥാപിക്കുന്നതിനുമായി സമർപ്പിക്കപ്പെട്ട ഒരു ലാഭേച്ഛയില്ലാത്ത സംഘടനയാണ്. ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ ഫെഡറേഷൻ ഓഫ് ഫിലിം ആർക്കൈവ്സിന്റെ FIAF എക്സിക്യൂട്ടീവ് കമ്മിറ്റി അംഗമാണ് ശിവേന്ദ്ര സിംഗ്. നിരവധി അവാർഡുകൾ നേടിയ ചലച്ചിത്ര നിർമ്മാതാവും ആർക്കൈവിസ്റ്റുമാണ് അദ്ദേഹം. തൻ്റെ പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ ഹൗസായ ദുംഗർപൂർ ഫിലിംസിന്റെ ബാനറിൽ 1200ഓളം പരസ്യ ചിത്രങ്ങളും ഷോർട്ട് ഫിലിമുകളും ഡോക്യുമെന്ററികളും അദ്ദേഹം നിർമ്മിക്കുകയും സംവിധാനം ചെയ്യുകയും ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അദ്ദേഹവുമായുള്ള അപൂർവമായ ഒരു സംസാരത്തിലേക്ക്.
Hello sir.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me. Yeah.
I would like to ask that why Trivandrum? Because normally film hub like Kochi is the film hub in Kerala.
Oh,
so
yeah.
sir, why you choose Trivandrum?
I think there are two reasons. One, of course, my guru P.K. Nayar, who's the founder of the National Film Archive, who's been the most important figure as far as film archiving and preservation is concerned. He's from Trivandrum. And during the shoot of my own film, Celluloid Man, I had spent a lot of time in Trivandrum. You know, I had shot with him in his house, beautiful house. I'd walked in Shanmukha Beach. I'd been to Padmanabha Theatre. I loved the sand, the white sand of Shanmukha Beach. You know, before the cinemas got established in the 1930s, the floor, there were no seats. The floor was filled with the sand of Shanmukha Beach. So people used to sit on that beach, on the sand, and watch films. And I just loved the city because I've been on, I've come on many occasions for the Kerala Film Festival. Should we sit here? Yeah. So my films have been shown, Celluloid Man was shown, Checkmate was shown. I brought restorations to Trivandrum. I've loved Trivandrum because it's a city, still reminds me of a small town. It's green, you can reach anywhere in 15-20 minutes. It just has a very beautiful feel of a city which I grew up in, which doesn't exist anymore. If you look at all the metro big cities,
Yes.
they're malls, they are crowded, this is still, I can walk to my post office because I write a lot of letters and postcards, even when I'm here. So I love, I can walk everywhere. And it's so beautiful. Trivandrum is one of the most beautiful towns in India.
You belong to Rajasthan.
I belong to a place called Dungarpur, which is southern Rajasthan, which is very close to Udaipur.
So how it is the northern part of India, we can say.
Yeah.
So you had research, or how you came to know that Trivandrum?
No, like I said, Trivandrum.
Because this is the 9th edition.
Yeah. So I always wanted to do a workshop, and of course, my wife is from Kerala. Her father comes from Pallam, and mother comes from Aramula. But she's born and brought up in Bombay. Her name is Tisha Cherian. She's the director at the Film Heritage Foundation, and really the one responsible largely for what the foundation is today. And I used to hear stories about Kerala, but my fancy was, in fact, her father had a flat at Fort Cochin.
Oh, okay.
And having been to Fort Cochin and been to Cochin, and people kept saying that the industry is in Cochin, and I had a lot of friends in Cochin, I still did not fancy. I still loved the fact that I could be in Trivandrum, spend almost 2 weeks, many recce's and some of my favorite food joints I hear. The city itself. And the greenery. Look at Vailapalli where we're doing the workshop. I'm very fond of birds, and there is a tree pie bird which keeps calling out every day, and just the trees, the tamarind trees, the gulmohars, just the nature, you know, Exora. I mean, just the flowers and the thing. I just love Trivandrum.
And now I would like to ask that film heritage,
Heritage Foundation.
Foundation.
Yeah.
So there will be some kind of research, and how you finalize that this is going to happen, and can you say something about this?
Well, we started the Film Heritage Foundation in 2014. You know, I was very busy as a filmmaker. I was making advertising films and having started with a company called Dungarpur Films. So I had shot almost over 1,000 commercials and was very busy. And it was in 2014 when we set up the Film Heritage Foundation. And having set up the Film Heritage Foundation, we knew that we needed to preserve India's cinematic heritage. And we wanted people to look after that. So we needed to have workshops all across India. And what we did was that we traveled to different parts of India. And at that point itself, I wanted to come to Kerala because I knew that Kerala, it has a rich cinema history. Like I said, I had a very close interaction with P.K. Nayar.
Yeah.
So Nayar Sahib used to talk about J.C. Daniel, and he used to talk about the early pioneers of cinema, how Adoor Gopalakrishnan discovered Martanda Varma, the only surviving silent film. And he sent it to P.K. Nayar, and I saw Martanda Varma, and I was, you know, Martanda Varma also has a kissing scene.
Yeah.
So that's well before the censor came in.
Yes.
You could kiss in that film, you know. I was you know, the journey. It's taken us too long to come to Trivandrum. Let me put it this way.
Okay. And can you say something about the other editions, that which all cities you had?
So let me just define the role of what the foundation is all about. Well, when we and how did the foundation come about, and then I can tell you more about that. So what had happened is that I was very busy making films. And on a plane journey, I had read an interview of Martin Scorsese, where he talked about a festival in Bologna, which shows Bologna is in Italy, and where they show these restored films, you know, restored classics. And I went to Bologna. Tisha said, "You have to go to Bologna because you love cinema, so go and see it." When I went there, I saw these restored films from all over the world. And I started thinking about my time, because I studied in FTI. I finished in '93 December. I did direction and script writing. So I was thinking about my time at FTI when I used to, when P.K. Nayar used to show us films in our auditorium, because P.K. Nayar had just retired when I was in FTI. But he was such a great figure. So I went to Pune after returning from Bologna, went to meet P.K. Nayar, and that started the journey to make Celluloid Man, my film, which was screened also at the Kerala Film Festival in 2012. Celluloid Man was a film not only about P.K. Nayar, but it was a film about my discovery of India's heritage. And at that point, I decided that something must be done. Jaya Bachchan, who had come for the Kerala Film Festival.
Yes, I do remember.
Because my Celluloid Man was there. She started talking to me. I, of course, knew her. She started talking to me that, "Shivendra, you must set up a foundation." And so we set up the Film Heritage Foundation to preserve and restore India's cinematic heritage. And the first workshop we did, because I said, we've got so much of, if we have to preserve so much of material and restore, where are the people? There was no concept of film preservation and restoration till we started it off. So the first workshop we did was in Mumbai. And Mr. Amitabh Bachchan became our brand ambassador. Then slowly we formulated our board of advisors, Kamal Hassan, Gulzar Saab, Kumar Shani, Christoph Zanussi, many people became part of the foundation. And we started collecting material from all over. So how do we preserve all this material? Because if you don't have people to look after it, there's no conservators, there was no concept of film preservation and restoration. So the best way to do it was to understand that first. So I went to Bologna, I did the course myself, on film preservation and restoration. My wife thought I was crazy because I was, a very successful filmmaker at that time. So, when you set up a foundation which is into film preservation and restoration, you need people to look after that archive. If you're collecting material, if you're restoring films, if there are no conservators in India, and people have not even heard of what film preservation and restoration was. So the first thing we needed to do was to understand and to train people up. So for that, I went myself to train in Bologna first. I did the course. I came back. I thought it was imperative. My wife thought I was crazy because I was very successful as a filmmaker at that point. I had already started a Czech film, on the Czech New Wave, which is a 7-hour long film. So the first workshop we did was in Mumbai.
Okay.
Where
the film city.
Yeah. So we did it at the Films Division, and we had about over 50 participants. At that point, I had to explain to many people what this course was about, because people were not even they didn't even understand, and they were wondering, if they do the course, what will they do after that? So we did that, and then the next edition we went to the National Film Archive in Pune to train there. Kamal Hassan came as one of the chief guests, and he said, then you must come to Chennai.
Okay.
So we went to Chennai and we did the workshop there. From there we went to Calcutta the next year. And from Calcutta we came to Hyderabad. We had a great support from Nagarjuna. And everybody came for the workshop. Chiranjeevi, Rajamouli, Suresh Babu, everybody. It was a packed house of that. And after we finished Hyderabad, it was the time when COVID came in.
Okay.
Yeah, and we came back and did in Bombay. And after Bombay, we did in Delhi. The last year was in Delhi. And this year, we are here with you in Trivandrum.
Yeah. Now that is, I had the setting up classrooms and everything. How the idea implementing? Like, do you have some kind of
no? The idea
planning
is,
or something?
Yeah,
like
huge planning. We did many recce's. We came here for almost 3 recce's of seeing the spaces, and we chose Vailapalli because it resonates with the culture of Kerala.
Yeah,
the big Kothambaram, as you call it.
Something traditional.
Traditional. It's also, I wanted to be in the climate of where films are being kept or produced. It's high humidity, it's hot. I wanted people to experience that. Even though you're in November, where rest of the northern India is getting cooler, it's still very hot and humid here. And I wanted people to experience that. I wanted people to experience the culture of Kerala. So it was really, absolutely beautiful that we had great partnerships with the cultural ministry here at the government of Kerala, especially Dr. Rajan Korbade. He was very kind to us. Then also the Kerala State Film Development Corporation, the Academy, Vailapalli, everybody in Vailapalli. So
yes, this is the right place.
This is right. And so we had the opening at the golf club.
Yeah, inaugural function.
Thanks to Raghuchandra Nayar ji, who was very kind to us. And what is important is that we had faculty coming from all over the world.
Okay.
And we had almost 67 participants, 66 actually, also from all over the world. We had 11 Sri Lankans coming in. And we had the support of the French government also, and which is very important. And then the government of Kerala organized this wonderful cultural program with Kathakali, Mohiniyattam.
Yes.
And also we went to see Raja Ravi Varma's painting gallery at the Napier Museum. And if you've seen the group photograph, I can show it to you. I think that's something which is at the Napier Museum, and you can see here. See.
Yeah, lovely.
That's the group photograph. If you want to see at the Napier Museum, isn't it beautiful? Yeah. And everybody dressed up traditionally.
Yes.
In
Kerala.
Yeah. So that's the idea of these workshops, that you not only train people up, but you also imbibe the culture of that place. You understand the culture, and in that surrounding, how are you preserving? and restoring films. And we've of course also restored two very important Malayalam films, Thumb, Arvindan Thumb, and Kumati. And the next one we're doing is Amarian of John Abraham.
Sir, can you say something about the students? That how many number of students and where are they from?
So there are about 66 students. They've come from all over the world, from different archives, different students who are doing PhD or they're doing their thesis. But there are also 30 from Kerala.
Okay.
There are about 5 from K.R. Narayanan Institute. There are 5 from the Academy, 5 from Kerala State Film Development Corporation, KSFDC as it's called, and many other people from the surroundings in Kerala. And it's absolutely free for them because we want that the workshop impacts Kerala. One of our aims is that how can we bring in that culture of preservation and restoration into Kerala. If the state government can do something, it will really help the films of and the because what is important is not just what is happening now, but what is happening in the past. Because unless you look back at the past, you will not know where to go. The past tells you the future.
Yes.
So it's very important that we restore and preserve.
Yeah, when we look back, something has some proof or something that
absolutely.
this happened.
Yes.
Now it is digitalization.
Yeah.
But that time,
There was nothing, yeah.
This is there. And so that Malayalam directors, that well-known directors, that some kind of cures that we set
Yeah,
up.
so when we set up the classrooms, I had that in my mind and vision that we should dedicate those classrooms to some of the legendary directors. Now, of course, Malayalam cinema, right from from Adoor Gopalakrishnan to Arvindan to John Abraham to Bharatan to Padmarajan, I.V. Sasi, Fazil, M.T. Vasudevan Nair. There's so many stalwarts. And there will continue to be more and more stalwarts as the centuries go by. But we dedicated, we had only 5 or 6 classrooms. So one was to Adoor Gopalakrishnan,
Yes.
one was G. Arvindan.
Very beautifully
Yeah,
set up.
yeah. So we set it up so that when you're in that class, you feel the presence of that heritage of Kerala and the cinema heritage of Kerala, and also think of the great masters. We had a John Abraham, we had K.G. George, who was one of my favorite directors too. And we also dedicated one room to P.K. Nayar because it's Nayar Saab who was born in Trivandrum, lived his early life in Trivandrum, and that whole culture of what we are doing. The fact that he donated all his material to us and not to anyone else is also speaks that what he felt about us. So we are very grateful to be here. We are very grateful to everyone, the people of Kerala. And today is the last day. You've come on the last day. Today is the certification. And the opening ceremony, Sheila had come. And the closing, Madhu is here.
Okay.
So, and one of the films I would see to be restored is Chemin. And Chemin is not restored as yet. So can you imagine? And we've also invited Satyan's son. So he's coming, and J.C. Daniel's son, Harris Daniel, is also coming.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
We've also had Jalaja, who
actor.
So the two posters we chose. One is from Elepatam, the rat trap, which is Jalaja holding actually a cage, but she's holding a projector, and then Sheila on the holding film can. So we have tried to sort of bring that whole culture of Malayalam cinema
film,
and the young generation to realize the heritage. You see, that's very important.
Yes, of course.
But the only thing which I felt, unlike all other cities, I felt that the cinema industry in Kerala should have taken part in it. They should have come. We never had that problem anywhere else. We had the industry people coming regularly to understand. I don't think anyone from the Kerala industry, from the younger generation, was here, which according to me is big worry. It's a worry because it just shows that they don't seem to be that interested in heritage.
Yeah, is the publicity is
every day in the newspaper. We've been very kind with I must say, whether it's the Times of India, Indian Express, Malayalam Manorama, Hindu, or the
How
other.
about the social media? Like,
Also very powerful. So it's not that we haven't been. Even Mr. Shaji Karun has been speaking to people, and we started all this process almost 6 months from now.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not that we start our recce's. It's a lot of planning which goes into it. 150 people come here then.
Oh,
You see,
okay.
67 are participants. Over 20 is faculty, which is 87. Then our team.
Yeah.
Then the team who's managing it.
Yeah,
Total
I was,
amount is about 150
yeah.
people.
Yes, I was supposed to ask the team. Like,
Yeah.
can you say something about your team?
Oh
and
yeah, so we
what
have a
is-
very dedicated and a strong team, and we are used to doing that because I come from a basically film production and direction, so I'm used to being on a set. So many people emerging. I just wish that there was more participation from the younger generation and for them to understand, because we're not just teaching film, we're also teaching digital.
Yes.
The future of digital and how to preserve on digital formats and what is the format. So that's very important. So they need to understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. When will be the next edition? I mean, the 10th edition?
It will be there. We haven't decided the place.
Oh, okay.
We normally decide somewhere around April, May. We try and think where it is necessary to be there. It's all important that normally we try to be there in the filmmaking states where films are prominent, like Hyderabad, Calcutta, Trivandrum, Bombay. But certainly this time we may think of another place. We're looking forward that something exciting can happen,
Yes.
and then we can go there.
Okay. And what is the, today, what is the closing ceremony? And,
So the closing ceremony
how
is
you are going
that
to-
the International Federation of Film Archive has a certification which we give to every participant who's participated in the workshop, and that will be given by Madhu and Shaji Karun, and it will be from 2:30 to 3:30, and that will be the closing aspect of the whole thing. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the
Thank
time,
you.
and thank you so much.
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
nice.
Your face reminds me so much of Manisha
Oh,
Kurala. Yeah.
That's a
Have you seen it?
compliment.
Yeah, because I've worked with her, no? So when
Yeah.
I'm seeing you, this face, younger Manisha.
Oh, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.